Hi, Packe Tracer version 6 and HSRP. So a few months ago Cisco released new Packe Tracer version 6 and they introduced a lot of features. In this video I will show you just how to install this new version and what's new. Okay, so as you can see they introduced a lot of new features. In most cases they wanted to meet the new CCNA exam. So as we can see, HSRP is available now. They added new devices, new iOS. Okay, so the first question, how to get Packe Tracer. Students, Cisco Networking Academy. You can download it from Cisco website by going to this section and here Packe Tracer download, and here you can download the latest version. Okay, so even though this is a freeware application, Cisco will not give it to you for free. You have to be registered here. Okay, so let's give it a go, and then we'll try and set up HSRP. Okay, so next. Yeah, people never read that. Just a very interesting fact. I read somewhere that one company put a line here in their license that to encourage people to read it, and they said they would offer $1,000 for people who send them email, whatever. And it took like 6 months for the first user to do that. Anyway, we click next. I'm okay with that. Let's just name it 6. Sure, why not? Install. Okay, so nothing exciting here. Okay, let's start it then. Cool. Okay, it looks and feels like the old one, but it is version 6 now. So let's take a look. Let's just make it full screen now. Okay, so yeah, we have our new routers here as Cisco promised. 2911, 2941. Okay, 29. I can't see that one. What about switches? Nothing new in switches. They had 2960 anyway. Not sure if that one was there. Maybe. Anyway, so why not? Let's use our new 2911 and test it. So to create HSRP we'll need of course 2 routers. To do HSRP we'll need one router to point. It's like our ISP or whatever, it's just a router somewhere behind our 2 routers, and this is our user. Okay, I will use, or maybe let's do it in the proper way. So let's take a PC here. We'll use, why not, let's go with the latest switches and devices. Okay, so that's what we're going to have here. That is HSRP router 1, HSRP router 2. Okay, we have our PC here. So let's connect. Whoops, connect all of them. So we'll use a straight through cable here. Let's just use port 1. That will be I will not set up the switch anyway. So let's use G00 G00 Okay, 01, 01, 02, and 01. Okay, cool. Let's save it, just in case if it blows up or something. Okay, so we have our two HSRP routers, ISP or whatever, upstream router, a switch and a PC. Next stage is I always like to label all my devices, ports, networks, and so on. I always encourage you to do that. It's not only to to help you set it up, but imagine in 3 months when you open it and say, okay, what the hell is this all about? So it is a good idea. So first of all, we will decide the network that is 192.168.1.0, just simple one /24. Here, that is our network. I wish they allowed you to change the font and size, colors, things like that. I hope they will do that eventually. It would be much easier to label everything. So that will be .11. We'll have .2, or let's just make it more logical, .1, that will be .2, and our virtual IP, so default gateway will be, let's put the whole IP address, .1.254. Okay, so that will be HSRP virtual IP address. I assume you know what HSRP is all about, how it works. Just the idea, I encourage you to read that because that is in the new CCNA. But HSRP is a protocol that allows you to put two routers, okay, and have one default gateway for your, for instance, end devices. That's the easiest explanation I can make. So imagine this scenario: you have one ISP router, whatever you want to access. It can be a server, whatever you want. You have two routers here. Okay, so if you pointed to .1 and it died, this PC would never go to .2. Why? Because we will set up a default gateway on it pointing to .1. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to set up a default gateway on this PC and point it to a virtual IP address 254. And this IP address will be here and here, in a way on both routers at the same time, but only one primary router will reply. Yeah, if this dies, this router will realize, oh, my friend is dead, so I should start using this IP address. Okay, that's the easiest explanation for HSRP. Okay, so now let's go to PC 0 and let's they didn't change anything here. Oh, they did. Yeah, there is IPv6. Yeah, I think they mentioned that. But we will focus on IPv4 192.168.1.254. There is no DNS server. Okay, so we have our IP address. Okay, now this network, let's just use 1.1.1.0/24. Again, .2, .1, and here we'll have 2.2.2.0. Okay, I could put a switch here, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a lab.2.1. Okay, to make it more interesting, let's keep it that way. Okay, you could put a switch and use the same subnet. Anyway, okay, so again, I really encourage you to do that. It takes like a few minutes, but it's good to label. We should label our interfaces as well, but that is not really necessary because you can see them here. Okay, so let's start with, I always recommend starting with what I call a basic router configuration. Okay, make sure you can ping, make sure you can see all your neighbors and so on. So take a look, that is our new router. Yeah, looks nice. CLI, no. Let's do show version. See, it is running, yeah, the latest iOS, which is great because it is all about licensing. Yeah, so now more money for Cisco. Yeah. Okay. So right, let's start with just very basic configuration. This is our G00. So let's keep our topology here. No shut. Okay. You know what? I'm just thinking about this configuration, and we should really change that. Let's put a switch. I will explain you why I changed my mind later on. Oops, let's leave that one. Because it is going to be important for us. So let's recable everything. So we have this one, 01, whatever. We're not going to configure the switch anyway. I'm changing that. It will be much easier for me to show you HSRP and how it works. So just want to keep it pretty simple for now. Okay, so this one will be, oops, let's say .3. Okay, and that is our network behind. Cool. So let's go to this router now. Just IP addresses. Okay, as you can see, the switch is still learning because I did no shut. Let's give it a while. We could do port fast on the switch, but let's just keep these switches as unmanaged switches. Now it should be okay. I can ping switch HSRP2. Okay, let's give them a name. So that's HSRP1. Let me minimize that. It will be easier. This one, host name HSRP2. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have both switches, both routers with this IP address. Now on this one, I should be able to ping both 192.168.1.1, 1.2. Okay, of course I am not able to ping my default gateway because it does not exist yet. I have not set up HSRP yet. Okay, we'll do that in a sec. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is our LAN in a way. Yeah, now let's pre-configure our WAN. Okay, and I always recommend doing it that way. Just basic router configuration. Make sure you can ping, make sure you can access everything, and you can take it from there. So we have our interface G01. shut. Interface G01. Okay, let's go to that switch now, that router now. I think I used 00. No, 01. Okay. Let's go back to this router and try and ping 1.1.1.1. I can ping 1.1.1.3. As you can see, it's still amber. And let's ping. It should start pinging in a few seconds. Come on. Nah. That was close. Here. Okay, so we can ping everything. Okay, at this stage I always recommend saving it as well. Sometimes it's a good idea to save it as a different file, so you don't have to go through this basic configuration again, even though I recommend doing it every single time because you can learn a lot. But anyway, this is like a basic configuration. Of course, this router doesn't know how to go back here, so in the real world, if that was your ISP, you'd put NAT in place and things like that. Here we'll just use a static route for that, but in the real world, you'd have a you would have NAT in place to make it work. Okay, so let's just give it a default route. Okay. Okay, these routers know everything, yeah, because they're directly connected, so that should be okay. Cool. So HSRP now, yeah, because everything is in place. So let's start on this one, and it is very, very easy. Okay, so HSRP, we go under an interface. In this case, it is G00. Just want to show you what. Oh, come on, there is still no or there is no interface. Yeah, that's a pity, because that is a very, very handy command. So let's do show run. Okay, so as you can see, it is an IP address only. Okay, so what we have to do is say standby, then a group, any number you want. So let's say this is group 1. Okay, and we'll just go with a very basic HSRP configuration. So we'll say what is our virtual IP. Okay, and our virtual IP is 192.168.1.254. Okay, percent. Okay, at this stage you can copy that one. Okay, and paste it on the other route. Okay, now show standby is to verify that. Oh, good, they added brief as well. Brief is just a nice table view for HSRP. Okay, and let's give it a go and see. Okay, so as we can see, this is state standby. Okay, so when I go to this router and do show standby brief, I can see it's active. Okay, so this router is active, and this is because of the priority. We didn't change, so in place. Now let's try and ping. Oh, we can use the up arrow. Okay, take a look. I can ping, and it's a virtual MAC address as well. Okay, so this MAC address is not the same as .1 or .2. Okay, take a look. This is a virtual MAC address as well. That will allow these routers to say, oh, I am 254. It is a little different in most firewalls where they will pretend, oh, yeah, I am .1, for instance. That's what ASAs will do, for instance. Anyway, here we have two routers, so we have two IP addresses. .254 is our virtual IP address. Okay, let's see if I can ping the outside interface of the first router. I can. .2, good. .3. And I can't. Oh, I can? Good. Cool. Okay. We'll keep it pretty simple. We're not going to set up HSRP on the outside interface, even though we should. We'll just keep it really, really simple. Okay, for now. Right. Okay. So let's do traceroute 1.1.1.3. Okay, so we are going to 192.168.1.1 and then 1113. Okay, so we are going this way. Yeah, which is okay. Just give it here, yeah. Okay, just to make sure we're not load balancing, let's just do it a few times. And as you can see, we are going via 192.168.1.1. Okay, cool. Okay, so what we're going to do, turn it off. Okay, see what happens. Take a look. .2. Okay, so we are going via .2 now. Okay, and take a look. I can still ping 254. Okay, now this router is replying. Take a look. There is a message saying my state has just changed from standby to active. I am an active router, and you will see that standby will be unknown. Okay, because the other router is down. Okay, we'll turn it on. I'm not sure if I saved the configuration, but this is unknown. Okay, so it means, well, I don't know where my friend is, and I am active now. If you want to see more information, just type show standby. It will show you your timers and more information about preemption and things like that. For your CCNA exam, you have to learn a little more about this virtual MAC address, how it's formed and how it's possible to recognize that. Again, this video is about the lab, not the theory behind. Okay, I think I didn't save the configuration, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, so this router is not going to come back. That's why that's the magic of Packe Tracer. You can always go back and open a saved file. Okay, but this is a basic HSRP lab, and of course you can take it from there. You should set up HSRP on the outside interface, because you will have ARP issues here, because this router will be confused where to send this message to. So in a LAN segment, you should never point to a default gateway to the interface, because that will cause some ARP issues. Anyway, this is just an introduction, and make sure that HSRP is working in Packe Tracer, and as you can see, it is. And it is important because you will find HSRP everywhere. Okay, this is a very, very popular protocol. And of course, for CCNA, you have to learn about VRRP and GLBP and so on, but HSRP is the first one to start with, is Cisco proprietary. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.